Welcome to the What's Good Tampa Show.
What's Good Tampa Show.
This is where we talk about all things Tampa Bay and beyond. Coming to you from the Gimmick in Ybor City, here's your hosts, Austin and Sean.
It's great. Just we got to get a lot of people. You get over the shooting and watch more comedy.
You think that's what's hurting right now is that people aren't wanting to come in because of the shooting? They're afraid of Ybor right
Ghost
now.
Town last night.
Yeah, afraid of Ybor.
Ghost Town.
Wow, really? Wow, yeah, I guess that really shook people up. I mean, understandably so. I mean, now they think if they come down here, they're going to get shot. It's going to be a gunfight down here.
But haven't you always thought that?
Yeah, I guess so. If you've been here long enough, to stay away.
I want to know how many shots were taken. 2 people died, 18 injured. That's a whole lot of shots.
Yeah, I mean, who was he aiming for? Was he just spraying?
14-year-old kid.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Gang
dude.
violence.
Gang violence at 14. You're in a gang at 14. That's wild. Anyway, let's start on a brighter note this time.
Right.
Hey, I had a question for you. What was probably the most, obviously you're a happily married man now.
Yeah, of course.
Been for a while.
Yeah.
But can you name one particular, cringiest moment you've ever had, on a date? Like, what happened? Or, maybe a girl just blew ass right in front of you. Maybe you just blew ass. Or any really cringy.
Cringe moment on a date.
Yeah. Have you ever had any one of those really cringy moments on a date before?
Tell me your story, and then I'll think of mine.
Well, mine was probably when my girlfriend walked in. That was probably the craziest date moment.
How does that go? What? Can you play that out for me a little bit?
Oh man, no, I'm just messing around.
Oh, okay. So you're honest, but you don't want to get into it. Okay. No, but as of recent, you were obviously married for a long time and everything. So do you have any when you were a kid, any cringe moments on the road? I mean, you were with the boys wrestling. There had to have been some crazy moments.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some crazy moments in the locker room
for the boys.
For the boys, just.
Oh, I got an idea. Let's talk about the Ric Flair on Kill Tony, the comedy.
Oh my gosh.
Did you watch it finally?
Yeah, I watched it.
How hard is that to watch?
It's
because you know him personally. Well, you don't.
It's so sad and cringy to watch. Watch Ric Flair so drunk up there on stage and
having a good time,
just having,
and then not.
Yeah, and then not having a good time real quick.
But he goes on the show and they're like, dude, we make fun of people. That's what we do. And he's like, I won't be a part of it. It's like, what, did you not? Yeah. It just makes me at the end of a legend.
Yeah. It's sad to see him decline more and more,
But is he still out there trying to pull tail in Tampa, at the bars?
Yeah. He's still at the bars down there in Channelside area trying to pull women all the time.
That's sick.
Yeah, but he was embarrassing that night. I don't know how his kids can't watch that and be like, Dad, dude, you gotta clean this shit up.
Because he's Ric Flair.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, when he sobers up, he can wake up in the morning and be like, woo! Right?
Yeah, I guess so. But God, it was bad.
It wasn't it?
Yeah, it was bad.
And
I did watch.
Did you watch the Rogan when he was on Rogan, talking all the stories?
Flair?
Him and Hogan.
No.
Because
Hogan.
Tony Hinchcliffe's a big wrestling fan back in the day, but getting these stories from these guys, they don't want to believe that these guys are just scumbagging all across the country. But every story is like, dude. What you think back in the 80s, 90s wrestling, it was what you think.
Yeah, they lived wild.
Oh, you can only have this much cocaine in your system? That's a lie. Because they tested that every night.
Yeah. There's plenty of documentaries and stories of that in those days.
How about in your world? Because I'm in your world, in the comedy world, where I'm a small club and there's these big clubs. But in wrestling, instead of the big shows, you're kind of a gimmick. You were in the gimmick scene of wrestling, the the smaller budget shows.
Independent scene.
Independent gimmick. Were they acting the same way? Just you make $10, but you spend $50 at the bar that night?
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, that's a bad habit they got into. But yeah, it was a fun time.
Do you miss it?
No, I don't miss it. Are you just trying to get out of telling me the cringe dating story?
I'm actually trying to think. I'm trying to think because when you say blow ass, I mean cringe. I mean, I don't.
Did a girl ever bleed all over your bed or anything like that?
No, I never stabbed a bitch.
Oh man.
No, I can't. The cringe though. Here's the tough part for me too. Is anything crazy that would happen, I would just. It's not there's no weird thing for me.
Got it. Okay.
I'll think of it before the end of the show.
Okay. Can't wait. Can't wait. So you said you were going to talk more about your art on this show, and you're doing art shows again. What's going on with that?
Yeah, there's 4 great shows, 2 great locations. Actually 3. Wesley Chapel, you guys got to go up to Market Elaine. Shout out Blair. She's been on the show, actually.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
She runs Market Marie in Clearwater, Market Elaine. Market Elaine's first Friday, Clearwater second Saturday. I'm actually going to start going down there because now they're at that park. I don't think it's Coachman Park. What is the big park down there by the water?
Julian B. Lane Park?
Is that what it is? Yeah. That's it. And so it's Market Marie, Market Elaine, amazing. And then you actually came out to the one that we did at Riverwalk. We have the Wednesday night market in Armature Works, which is super fun.
Yeah.
And then they do second Sunday there as well. And I've been going to those, and it's been insane. Like the amount of people I'm meeting, people actually getting to see my art. And I do a ton of commission. I'm very busy away from that, but like it's so cool. What it makes me do is get on my hustle because I'm selling 6-7 pieces each show. So I have to create.
Right.
So I'm in like such a creative mode right now. It's absolutely incredible, and I'm having a lot of fun.
Oh, wow. So is that taking head over comedy? Comedy will always be here.
Comedy will always be here. We opened the second location for comedy. We're trying to grow that as well. But, shout out Dan the Man. Him and Takeout have really been on their own down here a lot, doing their thing. And, you got to get that thing back fired up, and it's going to be awesome.
Well, like you said, the shooting here didn't help that situation.
No, it really didn't. But so I get to really concentrate 5 days a week on art right now, and it's absolutely incredible.
Where's the new comedy show venue in Wesley Chapel?
2625 Stonewood Park Loop. It's not Wesley Chapel. It's in Land O'Lakes, a mile north of the 54 and 41 connector, and it's awesome. It's actually a full space gallery space as well. We're going to shoot a podcast up there.
Okay.
But it's awesome.
How did that first show go, or can you not say on there?
Oh my good. Yeah, we had about 10 people. It wasn't like a packed crowd, but the show went amazing. We have the best comics in the area.
Was it the same people from here?
Yep.
Yeah,
our regulars. Yeah, we had Dan, Miles Neff,
Yep.
Davis Sutton, and Rudy Wilson.
Got it. Okay,
And
cool.
last night was an amazing show. Bob Holden, Takeout, Sean Guest, who went before? Stavi Garcia and Rudy closed the show. But we have the best local talent anywhere.
Nice.
That is, if you come to a gimmick show, you're going to see the funniest people in Tampa.
And you can sit right here in the podcast seats for
These are now,
$25
these are
ticket?
now VIP tickets. Our podcast studio now is for sale. They're only $25. We give you some beverages, and you get to sit here right next to the stage in our podcast studio, which is kind of cool.
Wow, very nice.
And if you're here, make sure you take a picture of our banner and tag us. on
Oh,
Instagram.
that would
That'd
be
kinda
cool.
And how do they get a hold of us on Instagram? I
At
forget.
What's Good Tampa Show.
I got
Yeah,
you.
you forget you never post on there. It's all me.
I need to. It's
Yeah.
all Austin. So if you guys, and I've noticed the followers have been jumping way up, so that must have been from you too.
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome on that.
Well, maybe I'll get a little bit more involved.
Yep. Do we have any Vigilant MMA coming up? I just posted a clip on that.
Shit.
Wow, what a show that was.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and you mentioned something. So DJ Tice hit us up,
Yeah.
and you told me that he wanted to come back on the show.
Well, no, I think he told us we want to come back on the show, and I was saying, did you see he fought Bare Knuckles?
Oh, bare knuckle fight. And
He won. He's 1-0 as a pro.
Okay.
And he took it on like 2 days' notice, only in Tampa.
Oh,
or
wow,
only
really?
where'd he go? Jacksonville. Here's my question too, because like one of our sponsors, like one of his sponsors, shout out Tampa Bay Marine Group. Did you? I didn't see the fight. Did he have the patch? I didn't see it. Did you?
I didn't see it at all. No,
Okay.
I saw a picture or two, but I didn't see Tampa Bay Marine Group
Dang.
mentioned anywhere.
Well, maybe we'll get Tice on because I know they're a sponsor, and I just didn't know if he's representing. But I think he is. He had the shorts gimmick on, the jean shorts gimmick, so maybe he
Okay.
had the patch on there. That's
Maybe he did, but I mean,
Yeah.
he no-showed us last time anyway, so I don't know that we let him back on, quite frankly.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, it's tough when you stand us up.
Yeah.
Well, no, he actually 10 minutes after the pod was supposed to start, he hit us up saying I can't come.
Oh,
So
after
truth
it was
be
supposed
told.
to start. Okay, well, maybe I just wouldn't have come all the way out here if I'd have known he wasn't going to show
Well,
up.
he's a pro now. He's not an amateur, and you know what I mean.
Oh,
So,
boy.
yeah.
You should get a pro assistant to help him with his schedule, apparently.
Yeah. Well, he could, I mean, now he's gonna be he's a pro fighter, so he's gonna be making that money.
Okay.
I think. I don't know how
hope
that
so.
works.
I hope so. I hope so for him. I mean, if you're okay with him coming back, even though he stood us up, then fine. I'll deal with it. But-
Words. We'll have to,
Words?
We'll have to have words and figure that out. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. I'm not too happy about it.
Yeah, he kind of went. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to call him out necessarily, but he did kind of went blank too on the communication. Then he wins his first fight and he wants it back on.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We're going to let him just use us? Yeah.
Let me think. No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
So you had mentioned having somebody back on the show. Were you kidding about that, or was that a real thing?
Yeah, no, I'd have him back on.
Me too.
Yeah, I miss having a producer who can help us.
So we're talking about, and if you guys have watched the show for a long time, we're talking about my boy Fitz. He's the man. We get along very good. You guys obviously are great friends. I agree with you. I sometimes miss it to flip back on the camera. If you see stuff going on the screen, you know he's back. Should we do it for a month and see if he?
I don't know. You really pissed him off last time, so I don't know if
What exactly? I forgot what I did.
You basically said he stole money from you by talking to the comedians.
No, I never said that. I never say he stole money. I would never say he stole money.
Well, you said you called him a retard a bunch of times. You did do that.
In satire, I probably did call him retarded. But never say he stole money. What I was saying is your idea is never going to work in the comedy show. But I don't want him for comedy. He doesn't need to come in here.
Yeah, you want him.
He already made millions in other comedy clubs with the guys he was talking to that no longer, perform here.
Right.
The best comics in the area, he went to those Kava Bar shows and.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but what I was going to say is, I would love to have him back on for the podcast and the podcast only, with your permission, obviously.
No, I mean, I'd love to have him back. So, open invitation.
Okay, Fitz, the open invitation. We're going to put his link to follow him on Instagram as well. I think that's just the right thing to do. So I wanted to get a little bit dig deep. Last episode we got a little crazy.
Oh God, yeah.
And we were talking about what's going on and things, and I just want you to hardline some stuff.
Okay.
And because I don't know how other people take in their information for what's going on in this world. So, if I would ask you, where is the number one source where you get your information of what's going on in the world? I don't want to say media because that's ridiculous, but what is the number one source of where do you get the information that you if somebody has a conversation about something, you throw your 2 cents in? Where are you getting your information?
The internet.
Where though? Now we're talking about Facebook videos. That must be true.
No, YouTube, Instagram.
Okay. So if you find out, for instance, Israel and Palestine are fighting.
Yeah.
And we're possibly getting involved, and and World War III is on the way. Where are you learning, the facts of the situation?
Usually, I'll see clips trending on YouTube, and I'll click on those and
watch those clips.
Yeah, watch.
And then whoever happens to be that guy saying it, you're like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, just listen to it.
So the first guy that tells you, that's the side you're on.
Well,
until somebody else gives you other information. So you might flip back and forth to what's going on.
Well, I don't know if it's choosing a side. I just am
so
watching.
Israel and Palestine, they've been fighting for thousands of years.
Yes.
But right in this moment in the World War III, I'm just curious, what do you think's going on over there?
Yeah, I have no clue really. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
so do you think that's a problem?
Not for me. No, not for me.
So it's easier if you just don't know.
Yeah.
No wonder you trust the science.
I don't have to know everything about everything.
Yeah, so they tell you to do that, you do it.
No, I don't have to know it all.
No, I don't need to know it. You tell me to stick it in my body, I will. You tell me to wear it on my face, I will.
You tell me there's World War III going on. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you tell me that I can't go shopping at my favorite shop because it's closed. I won't.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, dude, they got one in you. They found the consumer bullshit.
Okay, well, let me ask you, where do you get your news?
All over.
So
a lot of people, I'll give you an example. A lot of people ask me, so you know how, I'll give you the number one place I go. So, and as a kid, I hated it when it was on at the house. You know where I find out, what bills are coming up on the floor, House and Senate, what's in these things. I am a nerd when I literally watch Senate hearings, everyone back and forth. Every word from our Senate hearings and our Congress. I literally watch those for hours upon end.
Oh, my God.
Not just clips, because clips will get you on whatever your algorithm is.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's got you pretty convinced right away. I'll listen to it back and forth. And you know what I found out? Why people probably either don't watch these hearings?
Tell me.
Is because it's just attacks personally back and forth, and nothing goes down. The only way you find out really what's in it is you have to read thousands of pages. And let me ask you a question: if somebody was, if I read 1,000 pages and then told you what was and wasn't in these bills, like the COVID bill that had a lot of stuff non-COVID in it. Now I'm reading it. I'm the clip. You have to believe me. So at some point, you've got to find somebody that you trust that's going to read it and depose it and say, this is what I got out of it. And that's where I think podcasting, I wanted to come in. Podcasting comes in Because whether Joe Rogan, so a lot of people just listen to Joe Rogan, whatever he says, I'm going to get a fucking, if he says get a sauna, I'm going to get a sauna in my house.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it's going to make me live longer.
Yeah.
Because Joe Rogan told me.
Yeah.
Or, it's, any of these people that are like, whether it's Ben Shapiro or the Young Turks or whatever it may be, they're going to find a person in church. I went to church today.
What did y'all talk about?
Faith. Today was a full message about faith.
Okay.
It's pretty funny too, because I don't want to say funny because then I'll get canceled, but it's what's going on over there is a holy war as well.
So it's about faith, like believing in something you can't necessarily see, or
well, there's a definition of faith, but it's like understanding that the big thing about faith is you have to have it even though you're not seeing it right away. So like you might say like, listen, I have faith in God and I want XYZ. And if XYZ doesn't happen in the next year, why am I even faithful then? Because I asked for something that didn't, you know what I mean? So that's why I believe science is a religion now, where instead of believing in faith of a creator of everything that we have here or a savior for the world, their God is Fauci in the pandemic, or their God is, whoever the body is that says, hey, the border should be open. We should let as many people in here that we need to. Yeah. Because we are a melting pot. We are a country of immigrants, and it's always going to be open forever.
Yeah. You mentioned science as a religion now. Do you believe in evolution?
As far as what?
Like
I believe
things
things evolve. No, but I don't think that's the story of evolution. I think I think evolution says we came from a single cell organism and just kept growing. Yeah. So you're saying monkeys?
Were they ape-like? You think?
No. What I'm saying is
single cell organism. You're talking about?
Yeah. There's certain people that like looked like ape, more hair on us because during those times that was the way to survive. But no, we actually are more connected to other animals, even more so than apes. But what I wanted to say is the evolution is the Big Bang,
right?
Single cell organism, and the millions and millions and millions of years we all went from the single cell organism to everything we have here.
I don't believe that. On this show.
I don't believe that.
There's so much you can learn on this show.
But I don't believe that.
No, okay.
I believe things evolve, absolutely. I mean, social Darwinism, survival of the fittest, absolutely.
Got it.
I mean, we're evolving because we have so much, we have a computer attached to our body at all times. So we're evolving into not being able to hunt for our own food anymore.
Right.
Or that's getting rid of us, even though that's deeply in the roots of what we were as early man.
And now we can't even go to the grocery store on our own half of the time. We just send other people. Can you believe that?
Or they deliver it to your house.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you shipped or whatever.
Because I'm sure no one's ever going to poison people doing that too. I mean, it's going to become. But hey, you know what?
Conspiracy.
No, for you, just trust it.
I'm just trusting the process. Yeah, it'll be fine.
And if I
can't live my whole life worrying. I just go with the flow.
Yeah, because think about it. The people in the government, they got your best interest in mind.
Yeah, I'm not going to question everything anyone
or anything for that matter. For you, anything. Just don't question anything because, dude, they've got you. They've got what's
They're
best
taking care of me,
dude. The reason you're going to keep paying more taxes as it goes on and do well for yourself, but they're going to take a little bit more.
Yeah,
because they know better how to spend your money than you. Wouldn't you agree with that?
I would agree 100%.
Oh my god. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're finding out a lot. Now I know why people hate you. Yes, evolution. I think things evolve.
Evolution is a mystery.
But if you were to ask me, I absolutely don't believe there was this Big Bang and there was a single cell organism and that became all this. No, I do not believe it.
Got it. But you
what
believe
about
you believe in a talking snake.
Do you? Do you?
Do I believe in evolution?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Like we came from, there was this Big Bang, there was one microbe of one single cell organism, and then everything grew from that.
Exactly.
That's what they told you.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what I heard in science class.
Yeah. Exactly. And dude, to be honest with you, those third grade teachers, some of the smartest people in this world.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you ever seen, they got nothing wrong with them.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
I agree. I still Miss Hunter.
And I think a lot of people agree with you because homeschool now is jumping way out. I mean, I think it rose over 10% after the pandemic.
Really?
So 1 out of 10 kids now get homeschooled that weren't.
Really?
Do you think a lot of people have the same idea, or do you think maybe they're waking up?
Don't you homeschool your kids?
Yeah, we have a homeschool program on our kids. So. Yeah, of course. I want my kids to. My kids go to school 3 days a week, and they're homeschooled twice a week. But it's a great program, actually. Shout out, great program. And
let's hear about this program. Never heard.
What's amazing? Well, imagine this: you don't have any kids, and you don't plan on having kids.
Oh hell no!
Oh, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm just curious. I've never heard of a part in school, part homeschool program before.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And this is what it is it's a curriculum that you're going to have similar to public schools, but not obviously the things, it's private. There's certain things you're going to do that you wouldn't do at public school, where you're there from 8 to 3 and obviously kids aren't getting smarter right now. Would you agree with that?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't walk around the
what would I
streets?
base that
The
off
kids,
of?
the 14-year-old kids now are the same as we. You don't think they're getting
You're comparing
dumber
one
as fuck.
instance.
all the time anywhere you walk around? Look at these kids on their phone. Like, you think they're getting smarter?
I have no idea.
Well, let me let you clue you in. No, they're not.
Okay,
No,
clue me
they're not.
in.
Public school a success right now all
I
across
have
the
no
country?
idea.
Well, let me cue you in. No, it's not a success.
Why would I know any of this? I have no kids. I have paid no attention to what fucking's going on in public school.
You don't pay. It sounds like you don't pay attention to shit.
I pay attention to what's important to me.
Which is,
Pro wrestling.
dude. And you know what,
Just
dude?
kidding.
You are actually getting. Maybe I should just start watching Monday Night Raw again.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be as smart as me.
Holy.
Yeah.
No, but homeschool is great because a lot of people had it takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
But kids should take a lot of work. But homeschool takes away the part where you're like, my kids are learning what in school?
Right.
And then you bitch about it, planting that
'Cause
flag.
now you know.
Bitching about it, going to the, they said, oh, and then it gets crazy. They went to the review board and they started screaming, now they're terrorists and this, that, and the other. It's
Oh,
but here's my
word.
thing is like, then why don't you step up and find a way, even if you can't, I get it. Some people can't stay home with their kids all the time to teach them.
Right.
I get that.
Right.
Then pod classing. You have one of the mothers that you trust in your small community to help you do that.
Pod classing? Is that what you
Yeah,
just
like
called
if
it?
you have 5 kids with one parent that you trust that's going to teach math the right way and science, like but
you vetted this parent.
well, yeah, but yes, you can't. No, this isn't open to like it only has so many people that.
Yeah, so this is like a neighborhood thing. That's what I'm learning. This isn't. They don't actually go to school with other kids.
Yeah. It's a school. They have classrooms. It's 15 or under in each class.
Is it not? It's not a
all the way up through the high
Montessori or whatever they call that. Right?
It's a private school. It's a homeschool private school. So you go into there 3 days a week, and you're home 2 days a week.
Okay.
But you don't go till 3 o'clock. You might go till noon because you're sitting down getting your shit done.
Right.
There's so much. All right, let me ask you this question. You don't even have kids, but would you guess the way you've been indoctrinated by clips online? Do you think these kids are getting indoctrinated in public schools of these teachers that are activists? Do you think that's a thing?
Yeah, I've seen clips of that online.
Oh, yeah. No, but I'm just saying, have you seen 14-year-olds that didn't look like 14-year-olds when we were there?
Yeah, probably.
Like, don't know. They're a dog, for instance?
Yeah.
Did you know any
Furry.
dogs that you went to school with?
I didn't go to school with any dogs. No.
How about anybody that was...
Just boys and girls back then?
Okay. So do you think that anything to do with that all of our kids go to public school, do you think that that has anything to do with the cultural revolution going on in our young kids that really isn't really helping much, but they're finding themselves?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe.
They're making it like you're a wrestler. Maybe you saw yourself as a wrestler back in the day and that
I
was your
did.
thing.
True.
Then one day you wake up and your dad's like, you got to get a fucking job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
What was your first job?
I served dishwasher first.
Dishwasher.
At it was one of those restaurants, and then I moved it was only girls up at the ice cream window, but I convinced the owner that I wanted to because I've always wanted to be. I don't want to say I've always wanted to be a bartender, but I thought it would be fun. My personality, it would be cool to serve drinks. But back then I was like, I want to serve ice cream. Why did the girls just get? I get it.
Yeah.
Now, but I'm 14. Back then I was like, I want the action. I don't want to fucking wash dishes. This sucks.
Yeah.
Burn my fucking hand at 14 years old on the fucking. So I convinced him, and I was up there with the girls serving ice cream. It was pretty sweet. And then he hung himself in the basement where I worked. Actually, later on,
Your
dude,
boss did?
Dude, he was wearing women's dresses underneath his skirt and shit. It got weird, but he wasn't transitioning. He was just in this weird cult mindset, I guess. And he hung himself in the back doing it was called the final orgasm. You drink off till you die. It's just wild. It was just
What?
wild. Oh yeah.
Drink a cup of tea and you die.
You string yourself up. I guess he was choking himself out. Wearing the women's clothes. Wasn't a trainer or anything. That's wearing his wife's blouse. He was married.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's just into some weird shit, dude.
What the
Yeah, hung
fuck?
himself in the basement. And then
I
this
didn't know
one
he'd
drunk
take
guy, we had
that
this guy
turn.
that was the drunk that he would dude, I'll give you a funny story. I don't want to say the place, but so we had this drunk guy that would come around. He would wash dishes, or he was a short order cook for a while, but drinking became the priority. So his wife or girlfriend, whatever, he's older, probably in his 60s. She would come there, and she was very nice. Didn't drink, like she was like the nicest person, like, but just it's wild shit. Fucking small time, whatever. And one time, the grease pits from like fries and stuff. It's like, dude, 70, 80 pounds, and it comes in like a big cauldron. You have to empty it every night, and it goes into like the grease pit. Who knows where that goes? One day, I see him, and I don't want to say his name, but he's gonna help, and we'll call him Jeff. Jeff's gonna help, and like to get $10 to go get beer. So our boss that hung himself at the time, he would go down and do payroll every Friday, and he'd pay us cash back then. It was sweet, and he had little tickets of what he paid cash. So while he was doing payroll on Friday, he had to wait like an extra 15, 20 minutes. He was probably jerking off down there or whatever. And he comes up and gives us our cash. Well, he's like, instead of 10 different buckets, 5-gallon buckets to dump in the grease trap, he's like, Jeff puts a back strap on. He's like, I'm carrying this whole cauldron of fucking hot fucking, used fucking frying oil. I'm carrying this whole bitch to the fucking tank tonight. 3 steps, and he's coming down, and I see the speed wobbles because he's got 15 drinks in him from all day. This is 10 o'clock at night. Whoa, 60 years old. And he probably weighed 150 pounds, but those guys with like crazy strength. This guy was a piece of shit. So he walks down, speed wobbles, pours all over him, falls on the fucking
Holy
on
shit.
the burning hot fucking French fry oil all over him. And I remember the guy that after he pays, he goes, Jeff, what the fuck? Clean it up. And he goes inside, locks it. Dude, it was like shit like
Did he
that.
have burns and shit?
Oh, everywhere.
Oh,
but dude,
fuck.
he didn't go to the fucking. It was like coated to his jeans. Walk it off. His whole ham was fucked up forever.
Oh,
but like that's the
fuck,
shit
dude.
in small town America that you see. But you know what's funny?
Tell me.
He didn't get his news from fucking clips.
No, didn't have that back then.
Didn't have that back then. So you couldn't be indoctrinated, and science wasn't the Lord.
So you'd feel better if I got my information from the same source you did, watching Senate meetings.
No, you know what I would like to do? I would tell you I would say, just know the basics. For instance, and I hate to keep doing this, but Israel and Palestine are fighting. Do you know why?
No, over the land.
Yep. But they're different. They're Jews and Muslims.
Yeah.
So that starts. Then you say, and then there's innocent children dying, and they've been fucking each other forever. Then you say, with this limited knowledge that I have, but everyone knows this is what's happening. Then you say, you form your opinion of like why it's going on and what. But I do like one thing I will say is when you say, what the fuck does it matter with me? I'm kind of with you where it's like, if they want to fuck each other up, we're hearing, the only thing I don't like hearing is how America has to get in because we have to back XYZ.
Yeah.
Because
why?
that means then we're going to send our people over there to fight somebody else's war.
Yeah.
Well, we
Sounds
have to because they're
terrible.
our allies. It gets, but I would rather have you get your information from your own brain.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I'm
my
saying?
brain just doesn't make that shit up.
Well, guys, maybe we'll go through your algorithm one day and see what you got going on because I'm sure it's very awesome.
I think that's all they need to hear for today. Yeah.
That was a good one, right?
No.
So,
Again, starting rust.
how did you feel? Knocking off the rust, but I feel good because you know what? We're getting real.
Yeah. Well, it certainly was real. It certainly was
I
real.
hope this week you
I
just
tell
make
the
your own
truth.
decisions on everything.
I'll work on that for you. All right.
How do we find you?
Tampa's Life, tampaslife.com.
Vintage_gimmick, and I won't give you the address because somebody might come in.
Yeah, exactly.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the What's Good Tampa Show. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at What's Good Tampa Show or visit what'sgoodtampa.com to get involved with the show. See you
See you
next time.